lot of young men, they go to college and they study at university, and they come out of university or come out of college and they can't find a job. It's like, oh, I can't find a job. I've applied to a million places. I've sent 800 applications. I've sent 1,000 applications. I've sent 2,000 applications. I'm like, nigga, damn. You trying hard to find a job, but you can't find one. And I think it's because we've taught an entire generation of men things that are not actually valuable. Like an entire generation of men don't actually understand what is valuable to an employer. And what do I mean by this? You see, studying something, watching content, reading books is great. But the thing is, what is valuable in the world, in the real world, is application, guys. Application is actually what matters. Real skill comes from real experience, not from you studying a book, not from you watching hours of content, right? You don't learn anything from that. You have knowledge, you get context, don't get it twisted. But what makes things, what creates things, what creates value is application. It's what you do with that knowledge. There's a lot of smart niggas out there that nobody gives a fuck about. That is, there's a lot of smart guys that are out there that are completely irrelevant. Why? Because who gives a fuck about what you know? It's about what you do. What are you doing? What can be seen? What are you creating? That's what matters. So bringing this back to the whole university and college thing, like, let's just be fucking real. Let's keep it an absolute stack. Going to college is just an opportunity for you to be a degenerate for 4 fucking years and to learn absolutely nothing. And what I mean by learn absolutely nothing, I don't mean that you don't know anything, that you're not studying, that you're not reading books or taking classes. I mean that you're not becoming a valuable individual to society. Just because you read a book for 4 fucking years doesn't mean you can do things in the real world. If I'm an employer, I want to hire somebody who can do the thing, right? If I'm a fucking head hire at McDonald's, right? And I want to hire a burger flipper or somebody who knows how to flip burgers, who am I going to hire? The nigga that has been flipping burgers over at this other restaurant, fucking Arby's, or Arby's kind of ass, but Arby's, right? Who's been flipping burgers at Arby's for the past 4 years, or this college student who has a degree in flipping burgers but has never flipped a burger in his life. Obviously, this other guy who's already been doing this shit for so long, right? This is why a lot of you guys are seeing where these corporations and these businesses are asking for experience, because these corporations and businesses understand experience is what matters, because real skill comes from real experience. So your dumbass coming out of college the past 4 years has no experience with anything. You're useless. You just know things, but you don't know how to apply things. Guys, knowing things does not mean you know how to do something. Just because you know about basketball doesn't mean you can compete at a professional basketball player level. It doesn't mean you can compete in the NBA, obviously, right? Exactly. So, too many men have been made to not really understand what it takes to actually be valuable to society. They think, oh, I need to go get a degree. I need to go get a piece of paper that says I know this to be valuable. But that's far from the case. You need to actually have real skill and real ability, right? And this is honestly a big reason why formal education is falling apart, because everybody's realizing it's a scam. What is the scam? The scam is you're going to school for 4 years, you're dropping $200,000, right? Getting all the student loan debt to come out of those 4 years and be completely invaluable to all your employers, because you are invaluable. This it's not like your employers are dumb or crazy. Hey, look at him. He went to this school and has this degree and master's degree and bachelor's degree. It's like, nigga, that doesn't fucking matter if you don't know what to do. If I can't hire you when you can't instantly perform because I have to teach you how to do the thing, because knowing things is different from applying things. Just because you know things doesn't mean you can apply things, right? As I was just saying, like, I don't, as an employer, I don't have time to be teaching you shit. Whereas if I just got this other guy down the street who's already been doing this same job for years, I'm just going to hire him because he's going to know what the fuck to do instantly. Time is money, y'all. So that's the unfortunate reality of the situation. Why so many of you young guys, it's so unfortunate to see you guys go to school for 4 years, drop $200,000 in student loan debt, which is a fucking scam, to come out and not even be able to instantly get a job for 2 to 3 years. And it comes from this misunderstanding. It comes from this misunderstanding that you need to study something for 4 years to be good at something, when no, you just need to do the thing. You need to go do. You need to do. You don't need to study more. You don't need to watch more content. And this, to kind of wrap it kind of up here in a bowl, you need to understand, across whatever you're trying to pursue in your life, you don't need to study shit, bro. Right? I'm not saying you can't build context around what you're trying to get into, but taking action is what matters most. Application is what creates valuable. Application is what creates skill. Sure, you can gain some knowledge or context from whatever you want to get into, whether it be content, business, music, being an artist, whatever it is, bro. Like, taking action will teach you more than any studying will do. And when you do both at the same time, that's when you could be at your prime. When you're both studying what you're doing as well as taking action with what you're doing, you're merging these things together. That's where you're creating real value for yourself and in the world. That's where you're getting real skill, where the knowledge is actually getting sharpened by the application. So it's just so unfortunate to see so many young guys be in this situation where you go to school and waste all this fucking money, when the truth is, to get real skill, you just need to do the thing. So many of you guys have just went to college and wasted so much fucking money, and it's just really unfortunate. But to impart this now knowledge to you guys, what's important is real application. You need to do the thing. Doing the thing is what matters. Getting real experience is what matters. Ignore everything else. You don't need to study more. You don't need to watch more shit. You need to go take fucking action. That's what matters. That's what gets you real skill. Right? So yeah, man, it's unfortunate to see this kind of crisis that we're in, with so many people not being able to get jobs. And I'm like, well, your employers have no fucking reason to hire you, bro. You have no skill. You have no ability. This is why they all ask for a shit ton of experience. And then you sit there like, well, shit, I don't have any experience, so I can't get this job. Yeah, you went to school for 4 years for no fucking reason, when you could have just not went to school and then got real experience in a different way. You could have just found different ways. You could have actually learned the thing or found a way to train yourself on your own, right? Obviously, this depends on the career or whatever. I'm not saying if you want to be a lawyer or a doctor, it doesn't make sense to go to college or university. Obviously, you need to go to school for these things, right? But for a lot of the other degrees, like if you're going to college for a business degree or economics, what the fuck are you doing? You don't need a business degree or an entrepreneurship degree to get into entrepreneurship or business. The fuck? Like, obviously a waste of time and money. Understand? And these universities aren't going to tell you, hey, you don't need this, because the university is trying to make money off your dumb ass. They're not going to tell you. So, all in all, it's an unfortunate situation to be seeing it, but that's just where we are. That's why it is. It's because too many men have been psyoped into believing to be good at something, you need to study for 4 years and get a piece of paper. When no, you just need to go get real ability by getting the real experience. You need to just go do the thing. Men, we do. That's how we operate. That's how we move. We take action. So it's just really unfortunate, but we'll see how things change. I think a lot, and it's because even with seeing a lot more men not going to university anymore too, because that's also another thing I was seeing. I'm like, well, this is kind of fine. This is actually a good thing, because a lot more men are just realizing that I don't need to go to school to learn a lot of the skills I want to learn, especially with the rise of the internet. Right now, you can pretty much learn whatever you want to learn on the internet, especially if it involves some form of technology. You want to get into cybersecurity, you want to get into coding, you want to get into computer science, you want to start learning about AI, whatever it is, you can just go on the internet now. You don't need to go to school for that shit, right? And these industries are only going to become more popular as technology continues to advance. So it's like, why would you spend any money on going to go get this useless degree when you could just get real experience on your own, as long as you have a laptop and a computer and general software? You can go get some minimum wage job or a couple minimum wage jobs, pull that money together and buy stuff that you need to train and increase your ability. So all in all, it's a very interesting situation.